Hey, yo, what's going on? I'm Josh Martinez from Z100, New York's #1 hit music station with a surefire Hall of Famer. Ladies and gentlemen, R-Truth. What's going on, bro?
What's up, my dog? How you doing, man? I'm good.
Chilling, man. Normally when I have people on, we're going to discuss wrestling, motivation, in-ring, but this time it's going to be a little different because you got something special happening Sunday night at the Legendary SOBs here in downtown Manhattan. You got a concert, dog.
Bruh, this is it's legendary, Josh, man. Dog, think about it, man. Visualize, open this chapter, this story with me, okay? If you Google Ron Killings, R Truth, Tupac Shakur, that will tell you how long I've been doing this music, dog. So I am the real prospect that when you see living a dream, I am living a dream, man. From meeting Jack Crockett in a halfway house to him believing in me and telling me I'm trying to get him to invest in my music. And he's like, no, I never gave back before. God told me to give back to you. And that's when professional wrestling was introduced to me, man. And me, just I was a willing vessel, dog. I wanted anything but the streets of what I had, trying to pursue this music career. I had to put that on hold and lock in with this wrestling, and I did it, dog. And I became part of one of the biggest companies in the world, dog, WWE, and I've been there for over 25 years. And to now be able to come back and give you guys mature music out of all the adversities, out of all the accolades, everything I've done, the good, the bad, to have my home base, WWE. Shout out to Nick Khan, who's making this possible. To have all this happen for me, dog, at the legendary SOB in New York City. Man, this is like a movie.
Now let's go back a little bit. You mentioned kind of a little bit kind of the struggle of your upbringing and how it may have influenced your rhymes when you were a little younger. Let's go all the way back. How was your upbringing as a whole?
My upbringing was I mean, I don't know what to say. It was normal. From what I'm used to. We didn't have it. We didn't have everything. My mom, my dad wasn't rich. My dad did odd jobs for money. Uh, Graduated high school, very good at football, fast in track. Um, Bro, just like coming up in the hood, man, in a urban community, man, you get caught up in the streets. And I was bit by the entertainment bug just from being a young guy in church. You know what I'm saying? Coming from church, and I remember watching, bro, when Will Smith and uh, De La Soul and Big Daddy Kane. I was falling in love with the music way back then. You know what I'm saying? Like with Curtis Blow way back then, and started to like wanting to elevate and do this music. And I fell short and shorter with the sports and athleticism and just more with the music. And music became my foundation. And that's what I wanted to do. And I was doing things in the street, man. Once I graduated high school, bro, I was living the street life. I was justifying my reasons, my means for like doing this to pay
Hustle
f
math, right?
to
Hustle.
hustle math, dog. Yes, hustle math to pay for
I
the
need a hundred
studio.
dollars, and I could do this for 120, or I could go to work in at McDonald's, and it'll take about a.
Nah, let me down for I can make this money doing this right here, man. Just you can get rid of these candies, this candy dog, and you good, man. So I did that dog and really was I got caught up with that. And I felt like a lot of us think, man, even me, like I can survive like this forever. This is where I can live. And just losing sight of what I really was doing it for, man. But the universe and things have ways of like humbling you again. You know what I'm saying? So I think those adversities, those brick walls I was hitting, I was watching, I was listening, I was being aware of them because it landed me in the halfway house with Jack Crockett, dog, after years of being on the street and then trying to get him to invest in my music career in the jailhouse. And it doesn't happen, dog. It sounds like a fairy tale. Um, the deputies, Deputy Carr and Deputy Williams was trying to find, once they saw my pictures with Tupac and Easy and um, Eric Sermon from EPMD and Evander Holyfield, you see my picture, like, bro, you don't belong in here. Um, what are you doing in here? And I told him what I was like, oh, you just made a mistake. Mistakes happen. People deserve second chances. And real story, they was trying to find someone to invest in my music. Uh, I do music, I do a big song, I become a big rap star, and they can stop working for the jailhouse and become my personal security. That was the plan. How about they found Jack Crockett? They introduced me to Crockett, told me what Crockett did. At this time, he had just sold WCW to Ted Turner,
Mhm.
and he was getting out of the business. He's a cameraman, and he said, "I want to give back. God told me to give back to you. It won't cost you nothing but time and dedication." So I know how it is to be a guy that you don't know what you want to do, but you want to do something, but you're still messing around with this, and you undecided, and like I was still lost, man. I turned him down for 2 years. Yes, I did. I turned him down, dog, because I was still immature. And this is when Booker T, Harlem Heat had just came out, and they wanted to try me with them, and I was like, "No, I just want you to give me the money." He said, "Remember where I met you at? Nobody's going to just give you money." But 2 years later, I took him on his offer, man. Came and picked me up, took me out to eat. Um, Again, won't cost you nothing but time and dedication. Took me to three WCW shows. Ric Flair's music hit. This is the first time at a wrestling event. When Ric Flair music hit, Crockett right beside me, man, I saw and felt the energy of the people in the arena. He said, "See, that could be you right there." Ric Flair was walking down the ramp, man. The people was going crazy. He said the way he was rapping in jail, the way he was dancing, you can do that. Add it with your wrestling, and you be able to make money and support your own career. You won't have to ask nobody else to invest in you. And it clicked. And I'm like, whoa, now I got it. Josh, I dove into it. I was trained by Manny Fernandez, the Raging Bull. He took me to a training facility here in North Carolina, PWF with Italian Stallion and George South. That's where the Raging Bull saw me at, man, and he trained me, dog. He said, "I'm gonna teach you how to take care of yourself in the ring, teach you psychology, and outside of the ring. Because there's a lot more than just being a wrestler. You got to save money. You got to have the business smarts. You got to have psychology. There's fundamental things about being a professional athlete that a lot of people just don't get equipped with. Only thing they get is the athleticism part of it. You know what I'm saying? So just doing that, man, following those things, man. I think I did independence for maybe 3.5, 4 years. Ended up in NWA Wild Side with Bill Behrens, me and AJ Styles. Um, Rick Michaels' dad said, "Hey man, you belong on TV." He made me a tape, mailed the tape in, and I got a call in 2 weeks later. 2 weeks later after that, I was signed to WWF, back then WWE. And that's when me and Road Dogg connected, man. And it's been running wild ever since then.
You got rowdy.
I got rowdy, moved some things.
But so what makes you've performed all over the world, obviously professional wrestling. This isn't going to be your first show on Sunday, but what makes the New York City crowd different from an energy standpoint, whether you're discussing a performance like a concert or even just pro wrestling?
New York is New York, dog. That crowd brings it. If you bout it, they bout it, and they're gonna let you know they bout it, man. It's energy and it's reciprocated, and New York gonna tell you whether they like you or not, whether you're good or not. And, you know what I'm saying? It's just it doesn't get any realer than New York City, dog.
That's a fact. You mentioned that you're from down south or whatever. There's Southern hospitality is real. I've experienced it, but then there's that don't exist up here,
Don't
G.
don't exist, bro. You can take that shit back down south. Yes, for real. Yeah.
So do you have a dream collaboration in music specifically? We'll kind of keep it on the music front. A dream collaboration, someone you've admired for years that you're like my style and their style would work perfectly well.
Um, I'm really open to collaborations, man. Future, is somebody I definitely wanted to do something with. Yeah, I definitely want to do something with Future. Um, Me and Metro are already in the works. Got some working on that. Dog, Lil Yachty, love to do something with him. Who else? I wouldn't mind doing something with Tip.
Okay.
Uh,
That's icon. That is some king shit right there.
yeah. Me and T.I. want something to be hard too. Uh, man, I'm open to it, dog. I'm open
I
to it.
love that. What can fans expect? They know R-Truth, the wrestler. They know R-Truth, the guy who can get rowdy, have some fun. They saw the guy over the summer that could get serious. But what can they expect from R-Truth, the stage performer who's performing his own music?
They can expect a show like they never seen before, dog. I'm gonna give them a story, just like they come to the wrestling and watch and see a story. And they get caught and hooked onto the character because of the story and the relatable things that happens. Music will be the same way.
when it comes to the music, we've discussed the rapping, but you also dropped the White Album.
Yes.
What made you go, okay, now we're gonna flip 180? You thought you knew me as a wrestler. Now you thought you knew me as a rapper, but now we're gonna switch things up and go a little country. Why that shift musically?
Man, it's funny. A friend of mine named Alexander King. He and I have Jelly Roll in common. We're friends, right? So Alex was like, "Dog, you should do a country album." I said, "A country album?" He said, "You used to sing it." Now listen, Josh. I was telling you about me doing the independence, right? If you go back to my NWA Wild Side days and go to my independent wrestling day, you would see me in the ring singing country songs.
Mm.
Randy Travis, Waylon Jennings. You'll see me singing some country songs because I would rap first and then I would sing country as a heel. So when Alex said that, I told my producer, Jay Trax, aka Alfred, I said, "Hey man, Alex said we should do a country song." He said, "Shit, let's just do a whole album then." So that's where the album came from, man. The inspiration of doing the country album. He said, "Bro, that's low hanging fruit for you. Your hardcore audience is kind of like that vibe." He said, "I think if you do one," Jelly did the same thing. He rapped, and then he did that music that people could feel and relate to. That's when it blew him up. He said, "I think if you do the same thing, you just thank me later," and that's what we did. Sorry.
I was going to say, I mean, the Grammys have taken notice of how the country genre has shifted. Now they have two separate country awards for country music, no longer kind of contained to one sound.
Yes.
Someone who's 100% Puerto Rican, grew up in the hood, grew up listening to either Spanish music or rap, I could never relate to country, right? Because
Right.
I can't relate to pickup trucks and mudding and
Right.
boy hats or anything like that, right? However, when you do radio, and much like even wrestling's grand more higher than this, I did radio in Iowa. I did radio in Ohio, where you're kind of like you immerse yourself into that culture. And I'm like, hey, dog, Sam Hunt, he don't sound too bad. He got
Don't sound
drums.
yes,
He got
yes.
there's some hip hop sounds. And then as time has gone on with Sam Hunt and now Morgan Wallen is arguably the biggest artist on the planet, even though he's country, right?
Right.
There's a certain sound. It no longer feels like that southern twang. We're gonna go mud, and there's relatability now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Breaking up in a small town when you're from New York City.
Boom. Yes, dog. Thank you. And it's more I think it's just more appealing to people.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's people are more open to like give it a try if it doesn't sound like that traditional twang or that traditional. And that's one of the reasons why I call mine New Country. I opened it up with New Country because I do have my own lane. I do have my own sound. It does give you that soul, that vibe. When you listen to the songs, you'll be able to relate to them. I talk about a big black truck because I went and bought me one after my WrestleMania check. And that's all I talk about. I talk about how I got it lifted, but but I guarantee you every song on the White Album you'll be able to relate to, and you're gonna be able to feel and vibe.
I love that. People will get to hear it this Sunday night. Legendary SOBs. We have tickets to give away right now with Z100 as well. Our truth, man. I like to give flowers as people are active with me. So I
Yes.
know that, in my opinion, when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to laughter, when it comes to longevity, I can't think of anyone in the history of wrestling that has done it better and longer than you have. You deserve all
Oh man. I
you deserve
appreciate that, man.
all
Sorry.
the positivity that comes your way. Clearly, it worked because of things that happened earlier this year, where things happen in the entertainment industry, right? It's cutthroat, but then
Yes.
when you came right back because of the fans. So I know I'm not on an island when I say this type of shit. You deserve each and every flower that gets thrown at you and will continue to get thrown at you over the years when you get into the Hall of Fame. And as you continue to grow now, not only in sports entertainment, but entertainment as a whole. So, our truth, appreciate you, bro. Much love.
Bro, I really appreciate it, Josh. Thank you, man. Thank you.
You know what? One day, hopefully, you get one of these joints back here, platinum plaque.
You already know. We're calling it out right now. It's coming.